teacher has even come by our house to drop things off, to visit, at a distance with our son a little bit, just to say hi and wave even. So we really, initially got that impression that they just go above and beyond.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
We were considering a few schools. We wanted something that was somewhat, close to where we lived. We didn't want to have to do a large commute. So we sort of narrowed it down that way to about 2 or 3 options that we thought would work, and then reached out to those independent schools. And what we found was that Star Academy, the one that we eventually chose, just very, very receptive, very responsive, really encouraged us to get involved right away, and met with us immediately, which was really, really nice. I think the communication was one of the sort of things that drew us to it after we had narrowed our selection down. Our son is in kindergarten, senior kindergarten now. And he started in the pre-kindergarten program, which again was another feature that was wonderful. He could actually start in the kindergarten class earlier than in junior kindergarten. So that was great. And what we found was, being with kids that were a little bit older and, having that opportunity, they really focused on, learning all of the rules and regulations and things. So what we found was that, he was more focused on rules and, what you should and shouldn't do and manners and things like that they really emphasize. So we noticed some changes at home in that regard as well. I think he would probably say recess and getting to play outside because they have such a large outdoor space, which is actually something that was really important to us. So one of the selection criteria. But they just have a ton of space to run. It's not, all limited to just like concrete or anything like that. So there's trees and things they can play hide and seek and that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure that would be his favorite aspect, to be honest. That's a good question. I think just sort of the dynamic between the principal and director and parents, I really appreciate. I think my husband would say the same thing as well. They're just very open to suggestions, feedback, communication, and just really create like a family environment at the school. So that's, one thing that we appreciate. And if we have any questions, we hear back immediately. There's like really just a ton of communication between the administrators and teachers and parents. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting, they send a weekly class focused newsletter. So each teacher prepares one with a summary of the week with photos, a summary of everything that they learned, little quotes from the kids. And so that gets sent out every Friday with a little update. And definitely was not something I was expecting. I'm not sure if that's, definitely in the public school system. I don't think you'd see that. So that was really, really great. And we can sort of keep up to date that way because their kids aren't as good at communicating, what they did that week. So they really, really focus on respect. So, just mutual respect of others, respect for yourself, and the kids are really working on that, which I think is really important. And one thing that we noticed when we went to meet the administrators initially and met some of the kids there is that they are all really, really respectful of parents. They say hi to, greet all the parents, and it not something I would expect with, 7-year-olds, something like that. So I really do think that they emphasize that. And they also focus on, just the proper discipline when kids are not behaving, which I think is important. Sort of from what I gather from speaking to parents is, just a really supportive system. So from the administrators and the teachers, um, I wouldn't say that all of the kids need, extra support, but I wouldn't say that all of the kids need extra support, but certainly the smaller class size would be something that I think these parents are seeking out for their kids. So really, that says to me that, just they have a strong like focus, interest, and involvement in their children's education, and just want to be more involved. And you can do that with the smaller class sizes because the teacher doesn't have 30 parents to be dealing with all the time. Instead, they might only have 10. Yeah, I think what was really cool is they do a speech night at the school, and all the grades participate. So even in kindergarten. And I would say last year he did a speech that, he memorized about their topic was Arctic animals. They got to pick, which one they wanted to learn about. And they did, somewhat of a research project, as much as you can do for kindergarten. And they all delivered speeches. And he was really, really proud of himself for that effort and for learning, and was really excited to repeat his speech to basically everyone that he met. Yeah. So we first met with the principal of the school. One thing that we liked was, right away we were informed that her kids attend the school, the director's kids attend the school. So that gave us, a lot of comfort that obviously if they're willing to put their trust in the system and the teachers, it was more comforting for us. We met with my son's teacher. Um, she is absolutely amazing. It was almost like the decision was made once we made her that we really, really wanted our son to attend kindergarten there. She is the most thoughtful, caring person, and you sort of got that impression that all the teachers, kind of are along those same lines, just really, really commit themselves fully to teaching these kids and making it really fun for them. I mean, we've developed, because we've had to be at home and we do live fairly close to the school. His teacher has even come by our house to drop things off, to visit, at a distance with our son a little bit, just to say hi and wave even. So we really, initially got that impression that they just go above and beyond. And that seems to be from all of our interactions with the teachers, the same thing. I think it would be the smaller class sizes. I mean, during the pandemic, that has been very, very important, but just in general, the kids are getting a lot more support and attention compared to most schools. Again, I think the communication between the teachers and administrators and parents is a reason I would personally choose the school over and over again. And we'll send our daughters too, so she'll go there as well when she's a little bit older. And I think three, the fact that they really focus on outdoor education and physical education, but they try to do a lot of activities outside. Outdoor classroom they set up with a chalkboard and little stools, and just the sort of property that they have with all of the green space. That'd be probably my third recommendation. Um, I think in terms of the, definitely you want to meet the teachers. We had just sort of met, one of the teachers, but I guess sort of having the insight of looking forward, that's not going to be their teacher forever. So it happened to be my son's teacher for 3 years, but he'll have a different teacher for the next 2 years. So we didn't really get an opportunity until later to sort of meet some of the other teachers and sort of get a feel for their styles and things like that. So I think, try to just meet as many educators as you can, meet the music teacher, meet the French teacher, and just, um, get an idea of their teaching style.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.